Well, hello there. I am Havilah Malone,
Hi, and I'm Regina Carver again.
and welcome to another edition of Rethink.
Uncut?
Rethink Uncut, where we question life from different points of view. We often ask ourselves, how can I control things in my life? How can I control the outcome, the circumstances, the things that happen? And interestingly enough, is that sometimes the answer to that is you can't control that. And I know we don't want to hear that.
That is so true. You can drive yourself crazy trying to hold all these pieces together, and some of the pieces other people are holding. You can't control what they're holding as a part of the story that you're trying to hold together sometimes. Yeah, that's very difficult. It might be easier to surrender.
Because if you look at the whole as like a puzzle, and this puzzle has so many different pieces to it, all these little bitty parts and components that make up our life. And really, we are that centerpiece, which is the mind part of us, which we can control. We can control our thoughts. We can control our behaviors. We can control our attitudes. We can control us. But all these other parts, the people who play a part in our story, the outside circumstances that are happening without us being a part of that control, we can't control those things.
Yeah.
You're right. The best thing we can do is surrender, knowing that life is happening for us. And as long as we control us, our piece of the puzzle, our piece of the picture, then things will work out the way that they're supposed to.
Yeah, and it can eliminate a lot of stress too, by trying to control things and just thinking about small things to surrender to. And I'll give an example of losing my keys. And just being frantic about where are they? I need to leave. Where are my keys? I need to get out the door. And just saying, okay, I'll let go. Let God help me find my keys. And like magic, the keys seem to appear. So in small ways, we can surrender to a process or a situation where I'm sure other people too have examples of where they said, okay, I'll just stop looking or whatever. And whatever it is you're seeking shows up because you surrender to it, just to let go. Because actually, we don't know what's going on. We're looking through our human eyes to see things and not through the eyes of the unseen, things that's going on around us that we don't even know that's going on.
Absolutely. The picture is so much bigger than just the part that we play in it overall. Because you're right, we have the things that you see with your physical eyes and the things that are happening on that spiritual realm and the unseen world, which is where it all starts and then manifests itself into the physical realm of the things that you actually see. So being able to surrender and knowing, a lot of people have that saying, let go and let God.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's surrendering. And that's also exercising trust and faith.
Yes.
What a good way to exercise trust and faith, by surrendering, not totally just saying, oh, I'm not going to even find the keys, for instance, or whatever, I'm just gone, but to just feel that peace of just letting go. And see what happens.
And even I love that, you're able to give an example about something like just every day that will happen, because who hasn't had the experience of losing their keys or losing something, and then just being able to, instead of racking your brain and, like hitting your head against the wall, just letting go, and then allowing, because your unconscious mind, it knows exactly where it left the keys. So if you allow, just like give your conscious mind a break, you know, and then
relax.
Yeah,
it's relaxing into it, so the unconscious mind can do its thing, really.
Yes.
Just relax and let it speak to you.
Yes. And that also works in bigger things in our lives as well. Because one of my goals had always been to be able to, you know, help people in just a much bigger and better way. And, you know, I did that through, you know, like having a television show and, you know, sharing important messages with people. But I always, to some extent, felt like I wasn't going deep enough. I wasn't really, you know, going into the topics or the issues that really needed to be addressed, because I wasn't ready to really go there with myself, because I hadn't let go of some things that I was holding on to in my own personal life. So it's like, how am I going to go deep with you when I can't even go deep with me?
Right. I find that to hold true for coaching too. Oh my goodness. I think the best coaches are the ones that surrender and open up to all these stories we're holding on to, all these situations that have happened, because then that helps you to have compassion for other people and to understand them and just be vulnerable too. That really speaks to people.
Your
Really
strength.
speaks to people, and being vulnerable, wow, that's surrendering too.
Yes, your strength. And that's what I found, because I always looked at vulnerability as a weakness. Like, if I'm vulnerable and people see me in this weak state, then, you know, how are they going to look, you know, to me for guidance, or look to, you know, or take what I say seriously if I'm weak. But no, your vulnerability is actually your greatest strength, because it makes you human, because
people can relate.
Yes, you've experienced things that other people have experienced too. And it's like, wow, if you've been able to go through that, and now you've made it to the other side, or you're working through it, and you have this positive attitude around it, like, that's where I want to go. That's what I want to experience. So I can follow that lead, and I can listen to what you say, and I can resonate with you. And so we just don't even realize that our struggles, the things that we've gone through in life, are actually some of our greatest assets to be able to help people.
Yeah. And first of all, helping yourself by letting go, releasing the stress it takes to hold all that together. And again, you know, you said it, just being able to relate to people by the things that have happened to you, and people understanding that, you know, I can see a way. I can see a way, because this person has come out on the other side. And just giving people hope just by being vulnerable and surrendering, saying, okay, I'm laying this down. And amazing things can happen when you do that. The keys will show up. The key shows up when you just let go and surrender.
All the pieces to the puzzle start to come together when you surrender to the process, when you surrender to the bigger picture. I would have never thought that by me breaking my silence about my, you know, abuse as a child, that it would open the doors that it did, and to not only give me peace of mind and freedom that I had never experienced in my life, but to be able to touch the lives of so many other people, because I had resolved to go to my grave, you know, with that knowledge and with that experience, and I would just suffer in silence by myself, you know, with that. But surrendering to, there is a much greater purpose for your life, and this experience and this story is not just for you, but you're going to heal from sharing it and from letting it out and not holding it in, because there was so much energy that was being used.
It takes a lot.
it took so
Mm-hmm.
much and more than I realized. And it's like, you don't get the benefit of doing something until you actually do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
bet you
I
could
can't
breathe better even, huh?
Yes, I can't even, explain to somebody how much relief and how much benefit you get from it until you experience it for yourself by
Yeah.
actually doing it.
Well, you know what comes to mind? The story that Oprah tells about surrendering when she was on the air quote fat farm, and she had just surrendered
Oh,
to not getting the part in the color purple. And as soon as she did that, someone ran out with the phone saying that Steven Spielberg was on the phone. I mean, that's a perfect example
he
of
like, you better not drop
surrendering.
that 1 pound.
Right, yeah, that's what he told her. Just surrender and things can unfold that fast. She said as soon as she did it, somebody's running with the phone. And it's him to give her the part. Just let go sometimes.
The power of surrender.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we would love to hear from you all about what things have you surrendered in your life,
Mm-hmm.
and how are you surrendering on a daily basis, and
Oh,
what's
yeah.
happening? Like, how is it unfolding for you?
Mm-hmm.
And if it's something that you're struggling with and you want to be able to get help with, then please reach out to us. You can email us at
Definitely.
ReThinkUncut@gmail.com, or you
Mm-hmm.
can even comment below, as we'd love to hear from you.
Oh,
This
yeah.
one is a tool that will change your life.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Even for keys. Even for
The big
small
things
things.
or the small things.
Right.
Help you tremendously. We want to thank you so much for joining us for this
Yeah.
episode of Rethink Uncut. I'm Havilah
Thank you.
Malone.
And I'm Regina Carver. Thank you so much.
God.
Bye.